thought this would be a really fun idea with the Growing Together expansion pack coming out. I thought, you know, the Sims team finally seems to be listening to people who play the Sims creators on what they really want in the game, because we have been wanting generations or growing together in the game for literally since it came out, because it was in Sims 3. I don't know why it took this long, but hey, it's finally coming. I'm not one to complain. But you know what I am one to complain about? What I want in The Sims. Because I think I have several ways where the Sims game could be improved to make it only more realistic and also just better. So let's get into it. So this is what I want in The Sims 4 by me, yours truly. So I think I have very unpopular opinions of what I want in The Sims 4. I think this is going to deviate from what most people have said in these types of videos. You know, most people want horses, cars. I don't want any of that. What I want is bundles with the new expansion packs. I couldn't remember what my first slide was. And we have a visual representation of me after having spent all my money on the Sims packs, which if you watched my last video, you would know how much money exactly I have spent and I am yet to spend on Sims pack, because I did the math. And honestly, it didn't make me as sad as it should have. But yeah, why don't they bundle? I have no money left. And I'm a collector. I need to have all the packs. Apart from Journey to Batu, I will never have that pack. I will never own that pack. I will never pay money for a Star Wars pack. But seriously, I don't know. I know like things like Journey to Batu would probably be because of licensing, because licensing fees and stuff, you have to pay the certain amount. I understand why that pack can't bundle. It's fine because I don't want that pack. But high school years, growing together, I can't remember with the other packs if they actually bundled or not, because I just bought them all singularly, so I can't remember, and I bought them ages ago. But the new packs should bundle because they're expensive. And I want all the packs, you know. It's just really inconvenient because having to only spend $55 on 3 packs instead of having to spend, let me do the math, like $95 was great. Great for my bank, great for my mental health. It also meant I could buy more packs. So, you know, they wouldn't be getting more of my money, but like, you know, you get me. Anyway, that's just my qualm. That's my qualm with The Sims 4 pricing and the pack bundling. I want an explanation of why they don't bundle. I've never seen one of why they actually can't bundle the new packs. So, you know, I'd like that explanation. I hope you all enjoyed having to look at my face there. And now we have spiders. I thought this was the first slide. As an Australian, it upsets me that spiders in The Sims don't exist, because imagine a spider just popping out of nowhere, kind of like how robbers were, or like burglars, I think that's what they call them in the US. You have like the music and they just kind of appear, you know. It could also have a possible new spider death. Like, I am willing to make this a proper piece of content, you know. You could die from a redback spider or something of the like. I don't know what other deadly spiders there are in America. But, you know, I just feel like it'd be really fun to see spiders crawling across your baseboards. I feel like this would, however, have to be a thing that can be turned off, because I know a lot of people have the fear of spiders, arachnophobia, and I can understand that. But as an Australian, I feel like it would make the game a lot more realistic to me, a lot more fun, you know. I don't think the spiders would be this big, per se, but I think, you know, you just see a spider running across the floorboard. They could even be like, you know how in apartments they have gnomes, or I think the penny pixies, things like that. Spiders could be a theme. I'll give this one to EA for free. I think they deserve it. This would be great. And then we have more consistent shades. Now this one, if it's an unpopular opinion, I'm gonna cry, because why in the base game is there only the ugly magenta pink as the pink option? Because the magenta, first of all, it's ugly. I would never use it anyway. But it's not in any other pack. It's just the base game. So I can't even make use of the ugly magenta because it won't match with anything else if I'm trying to make a monochromatic house. So why is it only in the base game? How do they expect me to use it? I really want answers to EA, because I would prefer an update to either add, you know, the pretty pink, that it's like a soft pastel, it's like a baby pink. They have it on items in the base game. I don't understand why it's not on this couch. Now, I did make this shade mostly about the magenta couch because I'm very upset at it. But also, look, all these 3 blues, they match, right? Look at the wood. Look at the wood on the bed and the wood on the couch. Now, these are two different packs, I understand. But why, when you're using blues, the same color blue, would you not look at past packs that you've done and be like, we use this wood, so it would be favorable to use this wood again so it makes the color scheme consistent? Because I am not using 10 different woods in my builds. Well, actually I am, but I shouldn't be. It really annoys me. It's with everything. Like, this was a good example because you can see how much it matches. Actually, in the lighting, the couch doesn't look like it matches, but I promise you the blues actually do match. But the woods just don't, and it's with so much. The woods never match on anything, and it upsets me so much. Even, you'll see, actually, it's already come out in my 10 minutes a month challenge. The floorboards, I'm pretty sure both the things are base game. The floorboards are one dark brown color, right? And then in the wallpaper, there is another dark brown. And I was like, oh, these dark browns look very similar. They have to be the same shade. Why would they make them slightly different? No, they're slightly different browns, and you can't get either brown in both of them. Why? Why, EA? See, this is the only reason I support a color wheel, because I'm fully against the color wheel thing. You can watch any of my Generations videos. Actually, I think the only time I mention it is the one where I'm talking about the behind the Sims on Project Renee. But the color wheel, I hate the idea. You can see why. You can hear why in those videos. I'm not going to go into depth. But this is the only reason I'm an advocate for it, because then at least you could get matching shades. Anyway. Now we have exotic pets. Now, I am a haver of exotic pets. I don't actually, when I say that, I actually don't have any right now. I've had rats before, which is in a future video, I promise. You'll see. But I currently have a clownfish tank set up, or a reef tank set up. Can you stop? I currently have a reef tank set up for clownfish and any reef fish, things like reef hermit crabs, corals, things like that. And I also am getting frogs and want a bearded dragon. I am a lover of exotic pets. So why don't we have them in The Sims 4? Now, look, when I was writing this PowerPoint, I actually didn't think about this fully through, because we do have frogs, but that's not what I mean. I want frogs in the same way that you can have, like, I want them to be an actual pet, because frogs in The Sims, they're usually made for money, and you can put them there, but they just kind of sit there. I don't even think they move. I want them to move. But it also, things like hamsters, right? We had the hamsters. Why were things like this not added in My First Pet stuff? Because that would have actually made sense, because cats and dogs and My First Pet stuff, and you can get cats and dogs without My First Pet stuff, but My First Pet stuff is mainly DLC for the cats and dogs pack. So I feel like if you wanted to make it not DLC, I know it's a stuff pack, so it probably wouldn't have worked, but if it was a game pack, you could have had exotic pets and it would have been so much fun. I don't know how hard pets are to animate, but I feel like we have the hamsters and the rats already in My First Pet stuff. Hedgehogs would have been about the same. Turtles, it would have been about the same as the fish tanks, and just making some turtle swimming animations. Bit of dragons, maybe a bit more difficult, I'm actually not sure. Frogs, again, same. Also, playable fish would be really cool, because I know we have the fish tanks, but they're not really playable. They're decoration pieces. Like, you can't even feed the fish or anything, not that I know of, unless I've just never actually tried. But I feel like buying specific fish and stuff like that, actually having reef tanks and things, and having more tank options. There could just be a stuff pack that's like the aquarium pack, and I would be happy. That would make my day. That would make my life, honestly. But yeah, that's my proposal. Then we have roofing that doesn't have a flat underside. Now, hear me out. I know there's a way to do this. I know you can make roofing like in the two photos, right? You can see there's not like a flat roof in the roof. The house, the whole room has like a triangle roof. It doesn't have a flat, right? And I know this picture of a bathroom is technically an attic, but you get what I'm getting at. But I don't know how we don't already have this as just kind of another roof option, where the roof doesn't have like a floor in it. It's just, it's just an empty roof. Because most houses I know have at least one room that looks like this, at least here. I don't know. But like, I don't understand why we don't have it. Flat roofing isn't that realistic. And I feel like you can make such nicer houses with unflat roofing. Now, I see the only opposition to this I can see is lighting would be very hard. I understand that. I don't care. I just want roofing like this. I don't know how hard it would be to do lighting. I feel like it would be that hard with some of the flat lighting, but I'm not sure. It could be in the same way that you can do curved walls and only some of the things worked on curved walls. Maybe some of the lights only work on these types of roofs. But why don't we have these types of roofs, you know? Colouring individual bricks. Now, this is going to be my most unpopular opinion. I want to be able to colour every single brick myself. I didn't know my thing was on. Now I don't mean, see, this is like the colour wheel. This is my only way I support one. I want to be able to click on a brick and be able to select on a colour wheel what colour I want that brick. This is my Photoshop, you know, artist rendition. It's not very good, but you can see what I mean. Like, I want to be able to select a single brick and then colour it. And I know we have multicoloured brick walls in cottage living, right? I understand, but that's not, I want to be able to colour it, because in the house I'm building currently for one of my speed builds, my new series that will come soon, I promise. The multicoloured bricks, they're not enough. I want more multicolour, I want more depth. And I think this would be incredibly hard to actually do. I don't think it's something that's possible, but it wouldn't be worth it, and it wouldn't be able to be something that was paid, so, you know, it wouldn't be worth it. But also the thing is, on brick walls as well, you can't get, like, I think you can get kind of multicolored where some of them look a bit old, but that's not what bricks look like here. Bricks are like very multicolored. Like, even I have a brick house and none of the bricks are like the same color. Well, they are the same color, but I don't know how to explain it. But anyway, it's not something that's going to happen ever. I don't think any of these things are going to happen, but this one's the most unrealistic anyway. And then we have terrain paint on walls. Now, I didn't know how to like artist rendition this, but I don't understand why we can't do this, because you know the things like cat scratches that you can put on walls? Wouldn't that be cooler if it was terrain paint, so you could kind of do it yourself where you wanted to have it bigger or smaller? And things like water stains behind a sink or under the sink or things like that, dirt, scuff marks. I guess scuff marks would be on the floor, but also on the wall. It would make you be able to add a lot more details to build. And I feel like this one is the most realistic on my list to actually happen, and I'm surprised it didn't come in base game. I don't think, like, when the game was first released, I don't think it would ever come in The Sims 4, but I think in The Sims 5, I feel like terrain paint on walls, you know, if EA is watching this, put terrain paint on walls. That would be cool. You get me? You know? And then this is my business proposal to EA. Love to work with you. My ideas, full of them. I could do 20 of these PowerPoints. But thank you for listening. So, and this is also, you know, this is a photo of if you add my proposals to The Sims 4. I thought you'd like to see me happy after, you know, not spending all my money on Sims 4. Anyway, I hope you all have a great day. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up, and make sure you watch all my other videos because they're all very similar. And make sure you have a great day, and I'll see you next time.